Troop 9. I'm so excited to be able to show you what we're going to be doing together in our online meeting. So we're going to make a sit-upon with a pocket, and we're going to put stuffing inside, whether it be a t-shirt, newspaper. We'll staple it across and then put tape on top. But I just wanted to make this video so you have an idea of what we're doing. We will do it all together. Each one of you should have a white bag. We dropped off a white bag and the materials, or some of the materials you need. You can always add more. I only have so many white bags, so for this video I will be using another blue bag. I have to make it a lot smaller, obviously, but what you will need is tape, a stapler, scissors, a marker, permanent marker preferably, and any kind of stuffing. It could be newspaper, whatever you want, plastic bags. So here is my blue bag, and it's a lot larger than the white bag, so you can cut it to whatever size you want. It doesn't really matter. You want to just try to make it as even of a cut as possible. However, if it's not even, it's okay. Don't worry, we can still fix it with the tape and staples. We'll make it work. So I cut off a big side because I didn't want my cushion to be too big, because that means I need more filling. And then I took the other side and used it kind of as a template to try to make it as even as possible. So I went ahead and cut that side off, and we will keep one side to make our pocket, and then the other side we don't need. We can use it as a filling if you want. So here we no longer have the sides. You pull out the bottom, and we're gonna cut through the middle. So here I try to show you cutting through the middle. I apologize, I've never made a how-to video before. I'm not a YouTuber, but yeah, so bear with me. But yeah, so just go ahead and cut it in half so that you have two sides. And then we'll be stapling them back together again. But it's important to do this because we need to staple the pocket on, and you can't get the stapler if you don't make it if you don't separate the sides. So you take your one of your sides and fold it under to about the shape that you want, and then you take one of the sides that you cut off and fold it over to kind of make a pocket. And I cut off a lot on this one. I didn't really need to cut off so much, so it was a little hard to manage, but I worked with it. It's okay. Or you just fold as much over as you need and staple it. The staples really do help hold things in place, and it's a lot more manageable. If it's as big as this one, I don't think you guys will have, because our bags aren't as big. We can always trim it down so you don't have all that extra, or just tape. We can tape it down, but I'll walk you guys through that when we do it together online. Like I said, this is just something for you to kind of have an idea what it looks like, where we're going. So when we do it together, you're not watching it for the first time. But I don't know, maybe many of you guys have already made this type of sit-upon. I like this one. I think it's pretty easy, and I like that it's waterproof, and I like that it already has handles so you guys can carry it. And with the pocket, you guys can put your pencil and your bag that you'll need for your meetings. So yeah, Miss Jackie and I thought this would be a good sit-upon for our troop. So now that I've made my little pocket, I'm going to take one of the sides and make sure that you have the outside facing up. So the side that the straps are sewn on, not the side that doesn't have the straps. You'll take it and you'll put your pocket on top. And here I realize that my pocket is still way too big. So it's okay. I just folded it under again and stapled it. Or I guess I measured it first and then stapled it to make sure that it stays in place and it's easier, and I can kind of keep more of a straight line. Once again, if it's not straight, it's okay. You can hide it with the tape, decorate it however you want. It's okay. So now I kind of put it in the center. I try to line the center of my pocket in the center of the front side, and then go ahead and staple that together. And then go along to the corners and staple each corner. But here I realize I ran out of staples. Not a big deal. I add another stapler, and you guys, we made sure that you guys have extra staples for your stapler, so it's okay. If you run out, you just put another thing of staples in, and you should be good to go. So that won't be an issue for you. Make sure that you do not staple the top. If you staple the top, then you're not going to have a pocket. But as I said before, when we do this together, I will remind you, and it's not going to be an issue. And even if you do staple it, it's okay. We can still take the staples out. So next, you want to take the other side of your bag, the side that you didn't do the pocket, and put the outsides of the bags together. So you're going to sandwich them together. And it's important to have the outsides because we're going to staple them together and then flip them inside out. So I don't know if any of you girls have done sewing projects yet, but kind of like how you would make a pillowcase. You want the print sides together, and then you flip it inside out. It'll be easier with the white bags because we'll just put the shiny sides together and have the matte sides out. So start with the corners, lining them up, and go ahead and staple all the way down. You don't need too many staples. The more staples you put in, obviously, the more secure it will be. But we're going to also tape the outside, so it doesn't really matter how many staples you use. And it's okay if you want to use a lot of staples. We're not going to see them because they're going to be on the inside of the bag when we flip it over. So there you go, all the way down to the end. And then I take the bottom flap and I flip it up on top of the bag. And this actually saves me from having to staple the bottom because it's already together. So we will see if we can do that with the white bags. I don't know if it has that much of a bottom or not. So we can work through that together. I think we'll be able to still flip it over and that will be fine. And then the other thing during this part is that after stapling it through, we can actually tape across that edge that goes through the center, just so that that flap doesn't get in the way with our stuffing, but it's not necessary. It was just, I realized when I was stuffing it later on in the video that I was like, oh, I should tape this down. So yeah, so go ahead and staple all the way down the side. And then I'll staple this flap down over here. And then we get to flip it inside out. And this is a little tricky, but I know you girls will be able to do it. So, and if anything pops out, it's okay because we're going to tape it again. So this is just extra, extra hold, make it extra secure. So, and then, oh no, my pocket came off, but that's all right. We'll work with it. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Everything is fixable. So, what's nice is with this, you want to try to get those corners poked out. So I stick my hand and get my fingers way in there and push those corners out so I have as much of a square as possible. So you pull everything, make it all straight and as neat. See here, I still have a little bit of a corner that needs to come out. I'll pull that out and, oh, there's my pocket. Oh no, that's okay. We're going to tape it on. So it's all right. So now I take my duct tape and go along the edges. So go around one edge, and I already pre-cut some, so you don't have to watch me cut the tape each time. So here I go across the pocket first, and then if there's any extra, go over, and then again down across the bottom, and fold it over. And it's okay if it's not straight because you can go over it with some more tape. Once again, do not tape the top. Don't tape the pocket because you won't be able to do anything. So just the 3 sides. We'll tape the top later. So here, I've finished all of the taping and decorating it. I left my pocket open, and then I went ahead and filled. You can fill it with fluff or leftover newspaper, but before we do that, you can draw on it. I'm not going to draw it. I'm not the best artist, but you can decorate it however you want with whatever colors. I believe we've provided at least 1 permanent marker for you guys, and you guys can do more later too. So I had leftover filling from another project, but you can use plastic bags, you can use newspapers, you can use an old t-shirt. Make sure you ask an adult first if it's okay if you use it. If you have an old pillow, anything that's soft that will give you a cushion you can put in there. So go ahead and do a little squeeze test, see if it's soft enough. Remember, the more filling you put in, it might be a little harder to close. So you just have to kind of tuck everything in, make sure your straps aren't in the way. And then take your stapler and go all the way across. And it's a little tricky because some of the stuffing wants to come out and the handle keeps wanting to get in the way. But just take your time, and I will leave plenty of time. When we're doing this together online, I'll make sure that, we won't move forward until everyone's ready. So don't worry. And then once we've done all the staples, it bunched up a little bit, that's okay. Just kind of pull it so it's straight. And we're going to tape it as well. So even if it does bunch a little bit, we can still tape it and make it work. Like I said, it's just something fun to do with you guys. And then once hopefully we're able to meet together, you guys can bring your sit-upons and you can sit and have a nice little cushion while we have our meeting. Or if we go on our hikes, you'll have something that's dry and soft, and you don't have to sit on any sticks or anything that's unpleasant. So go ahead and put the tape on top all the way, and then you'll flip it over and fold it to cover those staples. So you don't see any of the staples at all, which is really nice. And then once that's all folded, I just cut off the excess. And there you have it. That's it. But yeah, I hope this gives you guys an idea. If you guys if you have any other special tape you want to use or any other things, by all means, you guys can bring them, or not bring them, I guess, have them next to you while we do our online meeting. And you can have all of your supplies together, and that's our sit-upon. So I hope this gives you guys a good idea of what we're doing, and I look forward to our next meeting. Bye.